Writers, we are almost there. A while back, we started with just entries, tiny seed ideas, and we spent time nurturing those seeds, rehearsing our stories, drafting fast and long, and revising. And now we are almost ready to put them out there in the world. But before we do, I want to remind you of something. Writers are always working on more than just one thing. And so while you are finding and stretching out the heart of your story and bringing your story to life for your reader, you also need to keep an awareness in your mind that paragraphing matters, just like spelling and punctuation matter. Paragraphs are important because they help us organize our writing. Just like a classroom library is organized by bins for different types of books, stories are organized by paragraphs. And today I want to teach you that there are a few places where writers typically begin new paragraphs. Three times that writers tend to start new paragraphs are when there's a new subtopic, when time has moved forward, or when a new person is speaking. And writers, these aren't the only times that we can start new paragraphs, but these are three good ones to kind of keep in mind. So right now, I'm going to give this a try with my writing, and I'm hoping that you'll kind of think along with it. So here's my story. I'm going to reread it and think, is there anywhere here where I feel like I need to kind of break it up and organize my writing better by splitting it into different paragraphs? 6 or 7 kids gathered around me. Ginny told me she wanted me to get junior mints and juicy fruit, and she gave me $1. I stuffed the dollar in my pocket and looked around nervously. The teacher was on the other side of the playground near the slide. She was trying to stop a bunch of kids from sliding down altogether. She wasn't even looking in our direction. Readers, what are you thinking? One thing I noticed is that it almost feels like right here, I kind of have like two different stories going on. I have the story of the kids giving me money and telling me what they wanted. And then I have the story of the teacher and the other kids on the other side of the playground. And so I'm kind of wondering if maybe that needs to be separated a little bit. Wondering if maybe I should start a new paragraph here when I start talking about the teacher. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try that. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to put a little paragraph signal there for myself. So I know that when I go to publish or revise again, I can just put a paragraph there, and that symbol means you want a new paragraph. Okay. So do you see how I kind of did that? I read over my writing and I thought, is there anything here that I'm doing that needs a new paragraph? And there was. I was kind of here almost talking about like a whole different topic, right? Let's kind of look at what another writer did together. So this is my friend Michaela's story. And Michaela went back, and once she learned about starting new paragraphs, she went back and thought, where should I start new paragraphs? And she found lots of different places. And instead of putting a paragraph symbol, she kind of circled the things that she thought went together in different paragraphs. So one thing I'm thinking we could do right now is read a little bit over and think, do I agree with Michaela that she needed a new paragraph there? Or do I disagree? Getting ready to go to California. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm clock went off. It was 4:00 in the morning. Go, 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 I screamed. I noticed she put a new paragraph there, right? It seems like she put this part together and then a new paragraph there. And I think that makes sense because it seems like the alarm clock was making one sound and then she was speaking. So I'm almost thinking like it's almost like a new person was speaking. Keep going. We peeled off our pajamas and jumped into our clothes as fast as we could. Get the toothbrushes, get the suitcases, yelled my mom. I'm noticing that she put this sentence and this sentence in two different paragraphs. What are you thinking about that, writers? I'm wondering if that needs to be two different paragraphs because here it's only one person that's speaking, her mom. So I actually kind of disagree with Michaela, and I think I would put these two together. Let's keep going. Again, we can think, do we agree with Michaela? Do we disagree? And why? Get the entertainment, get the extra pillows, bellowed my dad. Okay, well, that certainly does need to be in a different paragraph than this one because now her dad is speaking and not her mom. Where's my cell phone? Screamed my sister. Okay, again, I understand. I agree with that. A new paragraph because someone new is speaking. Okay, so writers, as reading this over, I kind of agreed with Michaela in some instances, but I also disagreed in some instances. And right now, you might kind of pause this video and read the rest and do the same thing I did. Think, do I agree with Michaela's decision here? Or do I disagree? And why? And then when you're ready, you can come back. So what did you think, writers? Were there some places that you agreed with? Like maybe where all this dialogue is going on, you might have agreed that it needed to be split into different paragraphs because a new person was speaking? Or were there some places that you also disagreed, like maybe over here, where they're describing a bunch of action and it almost feels like it's the same topic? Okay, writers. So it's that time again. In the next few days, you're probably going to be finishing up this story. But remember, before you do, before you get it ready to put out there as a published piece in the world, it's really important to look it over and think about how it's organized. Okay, so it's going to be that time again. Let's take a moment and think, what is the work I'm going to do today? Am I finishing up revising? Am I ready to do some editing? Maybe a little bit of both. What tools do I need? Maybe it's a particular chart or a checklist or a mentor text. But what is my work for today? What tools do I need? And off you go.